Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah. Thought you was riding. Thought you was 10 toes down. The second something shiny came, you folded. It's cool though. You just told me how to move. Watch this.
Used to think we was a unit, thought the back was covered. Thought you was my dog, man, thought you was my brother. Smiling in my face, shit, you really played a part. Acting like you with me, had me giving you my heart. But the loyalty was passing, man, that shit was see-through. Waited for your moment, that's what fake ones be, dude. Soon as opportunity came knocking on the door, you ain't even hesitate, you just wanna ask for more. You ain't look back once, you went your own way. Show me who you were, man, I got nothing left to say. I ain't mad, I ain't bitter, ain't no salt to spill. You just lit a fire, man, you just made the focus real. This a full court present, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm filling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a full court present, I am all out focused. You ain't on my team, then you just a locust. I ain't mad, I'm motivated, time to run the score. Yeah, I'm locked in, man, I'm kicking down the door. You thought that burn would stop me, man, you got it backwards. You just gave me fuel, man, I'm moving only faster. I ain't got no time for what a flaky person says. I am on a mission, you are in my way. I'm cutting off the dead weight, I don't care who suffers. If you ain't with vision, then you're undercovers. Sleeping on the grind, I am wide awake. Every year you hitting me, just tell me what to take. And I'm taking everything I am putting first. All that fake love, man, it was a damn curse. Now the curse is broken, now I see the path. You just woke the monster, you can do the math. Yeah, this a full court, press it, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm filling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a full court, press it, I am all out focused. Who ain't in my team, then you're just a locust. I ain't mad, I'm motivated, time to run the score. Yeah, I'm locked in, man, I'm kicking down the door. So I don't look around, I just look ahead. Every promise that I made to myself is fair. All focus, all gas, I ain't gotta break. I don't care about your feelings or your new mistake. You made your choice, and now I'm making mine. My purpose is the only thing I see. I'm on the line, you are just a ghost, man, a lesson that I learned. Thanks for showing me that my own back is all I earn. So I'm holding it down, I'm the one I trust. Turning all the betrayal right in the dust. Watch me build an empire while you watch me from the side. Should've stayed down, man, you should've learned to ride. Full court present. All focus, all out. No sympathy. Yeah. Locked in. Purpose.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? How is everyone doing tonight? We are in the building. I am Tickle Drive. We are engineered to win. Let me know if the sound is sounding and if the video is videoing. How do we sound? How do we look? All of that good stuff. We are working so hard day in and day out. We do not, I repeat, we do not miss. How's the week going? It's Tuesday. It is, so for some people, day 2. For some people, day 3 of the week. We're getting it in. We are working. We're working out. We are coding. We are whatever it is that you are doing. Let's make sure that we do it to the fullest. Tonight, on this Tuesday night of November 18th, 2025, about how many days are in November? 30, 31? There's about 12, 13 days left. Hold on. How many days are in November? Let me check my calendar. November has November has 30 days. So we have less than 12 days because we're just about at the end of today. So there are less than 12 days left in November. That means how, like, 2025 is over. I said it back in March and you guys argued me down. You said, nope, we have so much time left. Now, how do you feel? Has your 2025 been productive or has it been a total disaster?
Bruh.
How are the things you set to do in 2025? How is it going? Are you like close? Are you not so close? Whatever it is. Anyhow, we will get into all of that. We will get into all that. So the goal for tonight, we are going to continue work. My heart was broken last week. Why? Well, AI broke my heart. It's true. The AI was not AIing last week, Tuesday in particular, right? Something happened to Gemini. It stopped working the way that it was working. Then it looks like the kilo or whatever it is that we're doing, it messed up some of my apps, and now I'm gonna try to fix it. It was a mess. It was a mess, but we are back because we had a great Sunday. We had a great Sunday working on the speech app. So, you know, I'm feeling reinvigorated because we're gonna have such a much better Tuesday tonight. And I just got word that Gemini 3, yes, Gemini 3 is out. So we'll take a look at that as well. We will take a look at that as well. But we are going to get into the show. We're gonna get into the show. Let me take care of a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, thank you to all of the new subscribers to the channel. I really appreciate every last one of you, whether you are brand new to the channel or whether you have been with me for a very long time, whether you watch the clips, whether you watch the premieres, whether you watch the live streams, whether you watch the shorts, however it is that I'm able to add value into your life for however long whether you watch for just a few seconds, you get what you need and you're out, or you digest all the different ways I put the content out. Thank you so much for allowing me to add value into your lives.
I appreciate you.
Shout out to my tech barbarians, the Patreon members, those who put in that extra work, that extra time. I say, and I'll touch on this too inside of our icebreaker because I got something for you. I got something for you, all right. But shout out to my tech barbarians working so hard day in and day out, scrum nights, one-on-one coaching, vibe coding chill. We had an amazing vibe coding chill where Rod Brown said he's not gonna play the song on the stream because he's scared to, but it's fair. It's okay. He can be scared, you know. Said he's from South Cackalack, whatever, however they say it. But just sounds like it's scared. It just sounds like it's scared. Cackalack. But it's all good. It is all good, Mr. Beloved Bishop Rod Brown, for not playing the song that Junior Magnetar and I took about an hour to make for you, but it's fair. I promised myself I was not going to bring this up on stream, but I lied. All right, cool. Fair enough. But we had such a great time on Saturday. I was showing my music generation strategy with AI using Gemini and Suno, all that good stuff. It's going to be posted in the Patreon sometime this week for you to watch back. It was about like, we were on for like 2.5 hours. So we did, so I was showing the different status of the apps that I'm building. I was showing about AI music generation. I didn't get to the shorts strategy, I don't believe, but I will. That's going to be next Saturday. But yeah, join us techcoachop.dev if you need one-on-one coaching, if you want to join us for vibe coding chill, if you want to reach out to me, ask me questions, whatever, you want to send me your resume, whatever it is, techcoachralph.dev. All right, that's what we do over there. Shout out to you guys. The way that we work, we are the very best.
We the best.
And shout out to my tech mercenaries as well, the YouTube channel members who allow this channel to go across the entire world. We are reaching so many different people. I get comments in all types of languages. That shows that this tech language is universal. It is not restricted to one language. Now with the auto dubbing, where you can have the audio dubbing, where you can have my voice and, or not my voice, but the things that I'm saying in different languages. You have the captions. So many people. I'm telling you, one of my first comments back in the days were when I was doing, I forgot the name of that software. But it was related to like data entry and stuff like that, or not like to data engineering, data science. And someone from Tokyo reached out to me, or maybe it was Taiwan, either Taiwan or Tokyo, one of those things. But it meant so much to me, and that's why I'm here every single day, chopping up the content to provide it to you in however you can best ingest it. All right, so shout out to you guys. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right, quick announcements. Tomorrow we are going to be premiering at noon Eastern time. We're going to be premiering software explorations, concept and overviews. I'm going to be showing you how I use OBS to record and stream in vertical mode and in widescreen / horizontal mode. So right now on YouTube, some people are seeing this in the widescreen mode, and some people, they can watch it on vertical mode. Maybe they're on their phone, they're watching it on their phone. However, have it your way. It's like Burger King, have it your way, however you want to watch. So I'm showing you how I use OBS, the plugins that I use in OBS to record and setting up the scenes, because I'll touch on this as well, which I have to reach out to my friends about this, because I saw that yesterday morning, they also did in vertical and in widescreen. However, the layout was to be desired. It was bad. I won't say who, but it was bad. And so I have to reach out to my friends, like, look. Listen, Linda, what are you guys doing? Do not call me a friend. See, real friends don't let friends drive drunk. That's real friends don't let friends drive drunk, and they don't let them stream in vertical mode in poor, horrendous quality. That's what real friends do. Okay, we don't let our friends crash and burn on their live streams with poor video production quality. All right, I got this for y'all.
I'm just being honest.
I got him back. Look, I spent some time to fix up some of my sound effects, which is gonna be a good. I got a good one for y'all. All right. So tomorrow I'm gonna be showing how I use OBS so that I can do in vertical mode and in widescreen mode / horizontal mode, so that I can just put out more information to y'all. All right. So, and then Thursday we're going to be going live. We're going to be Thursday we're going to be continuing with our C++. Do
not come.
Yep. C++. We're going to be working on rebuilding my YouTube plugin, my YouTube share plugin for OBS. But I want it to be a native OBS plugin. We got pretty far last time, ran into some complications, but guess what? We do not quit. We do not miss. All right. So that's pretty much everything. That's on Thursday I'll let you know what we have, what plans are for the weekend, all that good stuff. But that's just about everything. That is just about everything. So let me pull this up, because we are gonna get into this, because I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this. All right, but let me pull this up. Studio. Let's go over to here and let's do. Let's do this one. I am going to. Let's go here.
Another one.
All right. So, you guys know how I feel about comments. All right. We're gonna start. Let's start off like this. I'm gonna start off with this little. Let's start off with a little icebreaker. A little icebreaker. And I was talking to my guy Rod Brown about this today too, right? So, I'm gonna tell you this. Especially like with whatever it is that you're doing. I'm gonna lay out the statement. And then we're gonna expand, right? Win for yourself first. Those who want to win will follow. What do I mean by this? So I think that people, content creators, musicians, whoever, they become a slave to their audience, maybe, who may or may not be around. They'll do a drive-by comment where they'll leave you a comment trying to get you to change up who you are, what you do, want you to care about how they want something instead of finding people who more align with them. They want to change you so that you can be what they want you to be, right? Many people, they'll be, chasing an algorithm, trying to portray, like, doing stuff that they don't want to do because they are trying to gain something, right? They're trying, like, maybe they're trying to get a lot of followers, a lot of views, which, trust me, I want that too. However, I know that if I go chasing topics and ideas that I don't care about, then I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to, then you're not going to see me. That's why for me personally, like, I structure my content primarily based on many other opportunities. So for instance, all the stuff that I do here on YouTube and on any other social media platform, it contributes directly to other potential, right? So building, like, when you see how I'm building apps in public, when I'm building in public, that goal is to show you, teach you, educate you, learn with you, different things that I'm working on, how I'm thinking about it, how I'm processing it. But I also need to enjoy it and have fun doing it, because if I don't, then I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go do something else. Right? So since day one that I've been doing this, I had to make sure that I was entertained and I'm not just being a monotone, because there's plenty of monotone people across the world who they deliver content which is similar to mine but in a different style. And I'm like, and I will be the first to tell you, go and watch their content, because I am not them. If I have to watch back my own content and I can't stand my own content, then I'm like, what? If I can't watch my own content, why would I expect somebody else to watch it? Because I'm telling you, I was watching a video today, and then the next video that came on was mine. I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty good. I really enjoyed it. How I was thinking through things, how I was processing things, how I'm like all this different stuff. But guess what? I am not for everybody. And I'll be the first to tell you that. So let's jump into this comment, and then I'm gonna tell you what I told Rod Broad after, because I shared this comment with him, right? But this person, hey the I don't know, hey them, I don't know, whatever, right? But so this video that is from 7 months ago, right? I switched from being a software developer to a QA automation engineer, right? This person, they and although they didn't say it, which it is one of my requirements, they said with all due respect. Oh, I'm gonna add with all due respect, right? I'm gonna read it in the mindset that they said with all due respect. It said, just speak and stop the sound effect and grammar mistakes comment every 10 seconds. man, I'm here for content, not to be interrupted every 10 seconds with sound effects. Oh, oops. My bad. And comment, it's bad for your video.
Bruh.
That's what, hey, I'm just calling it, hey, the Gad had 8739 said to me, this, like, right. They said that too many sound effects. All right. I can take the sound effects, but damn, the grammar, you had to come after my grammar, knowing that I'm building a speech app because I am subconscious about my poor grammar. And hold on one second.
How dare you?
How dare you? But I will say this. I don't give a I'm sorry. Because I put in, I'm winning for myself. I am winning for myself first. Not for, hey, the 8739. I'm not winning for you. I'm winning for me. And if you want to win with me, then by all means come and hang out. You can join the live chat. You can talk to Junior. You can talk to Rod Brown, to beloved Rod Brown. You can talk to Magneto. You can talk to whoever you want and learn from them as well. But I'm having fun. I'm learning. I'm building so many different apps. Learning so many different topics that if I had to be bored doing this and I wouldn't do it, I'd just go watch TV. So I could either be learning. I could either be learning with my sound effects and my poor grammar. That one really hurt. Aww. That one really, the poor grammar part, because I try to have proper grammar as best as I can. But get you just speak and stop this sound effect and the grammar mistake comments. I'm sorry. Every 10 seconds. It is not every, all right. It is not every 10 seconds, all right? It is not. I time it to make sure it is 13 seconds between each sound effect, all right? I timed it and very disappointing. But guess what? Did you learn though? Right? Did you learn? Here for content. Well, sound effects, bad grammar, all that is content because I'm on my purpose. All right. But that leads us to another thing. All right. Oh, wait, before we do that. So this is what I told Rob Brown. Let's go back to that real quick. This is what I told Rob Brown. Because I've always said, because someone left me a comment like that maybe a year ago, and I said, just go. I'm like, I even suggested them a similar topic-wise content creator without all the animation and excitement, and they were very, very monotone. They said, oh, okay, yes, this is what QA is, and this is what software testing is, and this is how you use Playwright, and this is how you do this, and this is how you do that. Thank you very much, and hopefully you have a good day. And I'm like, that's a friend of mine. I was like, go check them out. If that type of content is better suited for you, then go check them out. But for me and my YouTube channel household, I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to listen to a lot of music. I'm going to have my sound effects, and I'm going to make sure that we have a grand old time. We're going to have a great time. That's just me. That is just me. Right? I'm sorry. And we are going to build a lot of applications. We're going to test a lot of applications. We're going to experiment a lot. We're going to make a lot of mistakes, and we're going to get a lot of things right. And we're going to make more mistakes when we get things right. But the final victory is what we were after. I'm just saying.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
So this is what I told Rod Brown earlier today, right? When I was talking about this, I said, no, the thing is, people who leave these type of comments, they're the types who they get into a relationship with a guy or a girl that there are things they don't like about, but they want to fix them. They want to change them to be for them. When I'm like, well, why don't you just go find somebody who's going in the same direction that you're going in? Why do you need, like, you don't need me. You don't need me. Like, you don't need me. Right? Like, don't try to change me. Do not try to change me. Don't try to change me. It's been 40 long years. 40 long years. And I've been I am what I am. I am what I am. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm sorry, Heather. I apologize. But in all fair, with all due respect though, I just said thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I do. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But that leads us to another thing. Win for yourself first. I will tell you guys this over and over and over and over again. Stop. Do a stop sound effect. Stop caring what other people think. Stop caring what other people quote unquote suggest, because guess what? They'll make a suggestion and then you'll make an adjustment and you will never, ever see them again. So I say them. Well, what, like, you have to carve your path. You have to see, okay, what is the need? What is the industry? And you have to go that way. Win for yourself. Figure out what your victory is, and you go out there and you get it. Here's the other thing I wanted to mention, right? So yesterday, I was as I do every Monday morning, I was watching Talk That Tech with my guys Joseph Smith and Trey. Tech Bag Trey to be exact. Tech Bag. Shout out to my guy Tech Bag Trey and Joseph from Talk That Tech. And I had a hot take. Right? I said that, especially in the tech game, that you should be aiming for, and I've said this here before, right? I'll say at minimum 10 hours a week of your own personal time to grow and to expand your skill set. It should be 20 hours, right? But I'll say 10 hours. So I said 10 to 20 hours a week, right? Joseph was like, even if you can't do 10, why not 5? And I'm like, cool. For me, I stand firm on the 10 to 20, right? Trey had a good point. He's like, yeah, but if you aim for 10 to 20 and if you hit 5, then that's more than, I'm like, that's true. But there was someone in the comment, which they must have been either British or Australian or something, because they said what my hot take was. They said my hot take was pure and utter rubbish. They said my hot take was rubbish, that you should invest 10 to 20 hours a week into yourself and your development, so that you are not saying
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Right? Is 10 to 20 hours that much time to invest in yourself? If you don't invest in yourself, who the hell is going to invest in you? I won't. I already don't care for people like that already in the first place. But if you putting in 10 to 20 hours of work, and that is why that proves that most people, they are living for the check to survive and not to actually thrive. If it's rubbish, then you're just telling on yourself. I remember, I don't know if it was a live stream, I don't know if it was a vibe coding show, but Junior was telling us about how when he was working in the New York subway system, I think as an electrician or something to that extent. Remind me, Junior, whatever it was like an electrician or something. But the foreman, or maybe, was it the foreman, or it was either the foreman or the for the, what do you call it, for the apprenticeship leader person said he offered to everyone who comes in early that they'll give him a lot additional time to practice and stuff like that. And Junior was the only person who came in early, and that's why he took the lead on so many things, and he elevated in his career. People don't want to do it. What else do you have to do? Especially if you're young. What else do you have to do? Why would I don't know. But guess what? Guess what? Your victory or your loss is on you. Nobody else. If they outwork you, then you can't be mad about it. If people want to lose, I don't care. That's why I do it for me first. And those who want to ride with me, let's go. Let's go. We're going to run it up. But as I've always said, as you are on that train, on that rocket to wherever it is that you're heading, there will be people who jump on and jump off. And it's all good because you are winning for yourself first. You are setting your direction first. So whether they hate your sound effects or your bad grammar, or they think that you investing in yourself so that you can be better, so that you can grow, so you can win is utter rubbish, guess what? Let them have it. Let them have it. But you go out there and you win. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. I just had to get that out of the way. I just had to get that out of the way. All right. Let me jump into the chat real quick, and we'll get to work. We'll get to work. So, first and foremost, which I don't have this one up yet, but my guy Junior hit us with the what's up, family. What's good, Junior? How are you doing today? We got my guy Bishop. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. Beloved Rod Brown says, I am no longer allowed to call him Bishop. So we have beloved Rod Brown in the building. Evening, Rod Brown. How are you doing today? Let's see. Rod Brown says, but he watched the video and made a comment. I mean, he did.
Ain't believing us.
And he was disgusted by my poor grammar. All right. He said too much sound effects, too little good grammar. So go ahead and fix that. And Robert says, oh my God, Teco dropped with all these sound effects. I'm sorry.
Another one.
Oops, that was a sound effect too. And we got Monica D in the. How are you doing, Monica? I haven't spoken to you in a while. Hopefully you are doing fantastic. Because at least we know you're not in at least we got that. At least I can deliver that to you. Let's go.
Let's get it.
All right. Let me see. Anything else we got? So Rod Brown says that's too much time investment, bro. And all of these sound effects. I'm sorry. I am sorry. You know what I said I was gonna do? I said that I was gonna find a way to get to use the stream deck to hide the comments, and I forgot to do that. So I have to do that. I need a way to do that. Oh, let me see what it is. Click a feature message instantly control. Click to add to queue. Oh, interesting. All right. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I do what I can. All right. We're gonna get to work. We are going to get to work. We have some great topics as well to talk about today, but almost messed up. Give me a second here. Let me fix one last thing. Let's go to today's Tuesday. All right, let's do that. Boom. Well. So, like I said earlier, I was severely disappointed by what happened in last Tuesday, but we're gonna redeem ourselves today, hopefully. And so basically what happened was, when I started up the app on an emulator, it did not. It was kind of weird. So I didn't see my ads on the app, which should not have happened. So we're gonna fix things. We're gonna get our lives back together. Whatever. I'm over it. Let's
It's time to do.
let's get to work. So basically, I'm gonna start up the emulator for the Pixel, and I'm gonna move this over here. And one thing, what we're not, how do they say it? What you're not gonna do? What we're not going, see? Oh, you see, now I am sensitive. I was about to say what we not gonna do, but I caught myself, and I said what we are not going to do is, and I forgot what we were not going to do, but at least I had good grammar. All right, so we have our emulator. Okay, what we are not going to do is we are not going to use Kilo for unit test, because that is a death sentence. We're going to use Gemini. Maybe we'll be using Gemini 3. Maybe we'll be using Gemini 3. I'm not going to say. All right, so let's go ahead and start the app. And because what happened was I did not let me see what's going on here. All right, let's close this down altogether. Let's close that. Turn it back on. Pixel. All right, let's start the app. And by starting the app, we are going to, because the ads should show, but there aren't, even if it's the placeholder ads. So going through it to fix some, you see, like this, let me see. The target URI doesn't exist, right? That's not good. So let me check inside of our pub spec file. So the pub spec file is what has all of the, see, it's not in there. Why are you not in there? So let me go and do a history on this thing. Let's do local history. And for some reason, last week it was removed. So we're going to add it back, number increment. So where, okay, so let's add it back. So I don't know what happened to it last week that made it not be there anymore. And okay, so and now the app won't start because the banner ads are not there. So we're gonna go to pub get so we can install the dependencies. So now if we go back to the main Dart, I have way too many things open. Close all tabs. Let's go main Dart. All right, so now this is back and we don't have any more errors. We're gonna start up our app again. Because I was in shock and in horror that I'm like, what did you do to my thing here? What is this? Invalid dep file. What is that? Your project requires a newer version of Kotlin. I thought we did that already. Oh, we did. I think we did. Did we? I don't remember who we did that for. All right, so let's fix this. Your project requires a newer version of Kotlin Gradle plugin. And if we, all right, so the version number of the plugin with in the block. All right, so let's go and open this. And let's look for this in here, which is the version number. Find the latest version on, all right, so let's go here. The latest version is 2.21. That's the latest version of Kotlin. All right, and they say, alternatively, if your project was created before Flutter 3.19, all right, so I think ours was created before that. So let's go to this one. To this one. And let's look for I don't see that in there either. Oh wait, we need this. Okay, so we have 1.9.23, but the latest version is 2.2.21. 2.2.21. All right, so let's try that and let's give it a little run, see what happens. Look, I'm sorry. I'm all right, stop the show. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at my screen here and I see how amazing my widescreen view and my vertical view looks. I'm like, wow, I honestly want to just pull up my phone and start watching on my phone because it looks so amazing. So if you haven't seen the mobile experience, had the mobile experience yet on the vertical, they are so much in sync. I'm telling you, my mobile and my desktop view. I'm sorry. I apologize. Get a little distracted now every now and then, you know. All right, so let's try to run it again. So we are still getting an error. Your project requires a newer version of Kotlin. Find the latest. So we have the latest version of Kotlin, I believe. Yeah, we do. Alternative your project. So it was created before that. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Okay, so there's some more issues that are happening. Something was compiled with the incompatible version of Kotlin. The binary version of its metadata is 2.1, expected version 1.8. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna copy this over here, and we're gonna go into the new and improved. Hopefully it works. The new and improved Gemini 3. Gemini 3. Let's go. And you know what? I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna update the title of this video. Let's go with using Gemini 3 to fix my app. Let's update that one. And that one's okay. Let's do boom. All right, cool. I just uploaded my just updated the title a little bit to let them know that we're using Gemini 3 tonight. All right, so let's go over to here and let's go. All right, so let's say I'm getting this error when starting up my application in Flutter. And set up my application in Flutter. All right, let's go with that. Let's just send that off, see what we get. Gemini 3, y'all. Does it tell me it's Gemini 3? Yeah, look at that. Thinks through complex topics with 3 Pro. Shout out to Gemini 3. This error occurs because the library in your project, specifically Play Services Ad, likely used by Google Mobile Ads, was built with a newer version of Kotlin 2.1 than your Flutter project is currently configured to use. To fix this, you need to upgrade Kotlin version in your project's Android configuration. Here are the steps to resolve. So upgrade Kotlin, newer Flutter project. So we saw that, but that's not. Check for older ones. I thought I had done this before. I don't want to downgrade. So let's see if we can find this one. So if we move, all right, so we have build script, change from 2.2 to 2.1. We have, so this should suffice. Oh, okay, we need to do a Flutter clean. All right, so let's do, Flutter clean. A new version of Flutter is available. We should do an upgrade. Let's do an upgrade while we're at it. Let's do Flutter upgrade. Let me see, before I do that, let me see which Flutter. Maybe I should do brew upgrade Flutter. Is that the command for it? Okay, so Flutter, okay, Flutter's getting upgraded. 2.1 gigs, gee whiz. That's a big, I didn't know Flutter was that big. I did not know Flutter was that big. You know what? I'm gonna make a declaration on our when we get to probably start in December, but for 2026, I'm gonna make this declaration. You should have did it with the other app, but it is what it is. Something must have changed because I remember doing that already. But I'm not. I don't want to downgrade the dependencies. All right, so it's upgrading now. We're getting 3.38.1. What we had before was 3.35. Unlinking binary, so that's getting rid of the old one. Any day now. Oh man. When you forget how to use your own apps and plugins, it is a nightmare. I'm gonna tell you what happened. While I was a little late to start the live stream because something super embarrassing happened to me. All right, so Flutter's updated. We did the clean. Let's try to run again. I think it's gonna start this time. I hope it's gonna start this time. Or not. Let's see. Source value 8 is obsolete, will be removed. Okay, I hear you. All right. So I thought we. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. Incompatible. Where is it set to one? All right, let me see if I can just do. Let's do a search. Because who is asking for 1.8? Oh. 1.8, 1.8, 1.8, 1. There's a bunch of 1.8s in there. Let me see what that is. Dependencies. Didn't that say like above 1.8? Let's see. The browse the let's see here. The project requires a newer version. Let's see here. It was compiled with the incompatible version. So, all right, so looking at this, it says whatever this is was compiled with the incompatible version of Kotlin. The binary version of its meta is, but expected version. Okay, so let me see if what if we just, let me just see something. What if I just was to go to web view. All right, let's do. Let me copy all of this into let me copy all of this. I'm gonna just copy the whole thing actually. Let's go over, or maybe I need to do a, so it says one package is discontinued. 36 packages have newer versions incompatible with dependency constraints. Let's do a Flutter pub outdated to see what that does for us. Flutter pub outdated. Version. Let's see. Purging files for backing. Okay, hold on. So we have some stuff discontinued. Upgradable, direct dependency, YouTube player. Indicates versions that are not the latest available. So a new version of Flutter is available. 23 upgradable dependencies are locked in pub spec to older versions. Update these dependencies, use Flutter pub upgrades. So let's do that. Flutter pub upgrade. And 14 packages have newer versions incompatible. I think that's part of the problem actually. FE analyzer shared. We're on version 67, but 92 is available. All right. And the thing is, it's important to update these because what happens is you can end up having like vulnerabilities that are open because you're not updating your packages. All right, so direct dependencies all up to date, indicates versions that are not the latest available. How would we get them updated then? You're already using the newest resolvable versions listed in the resolvable column. Newer versions listed in the latest may not be mutually compatible. Why not? All right, let me try to run it again till we get. And if that gives us an issue, then I will copy the console and I will paste it into Gemini to see why it's doing that to us. All right, so we're still getting, all right, so I'm gonna take this whole thing over here and I'm going to say, let's go over here. I did that, but I'm still getting this in the console. I don't want to downgrade my Google mobile ads. Let's go here, paste. Let's see what we get. All right, the key part of your error log is expected version 1.8. This confirms that even though you've tried to update it, the project's still configured to use Kotlin 1.8. This usually happens because the setting is being pulled from a file you might not have checked, or the change in its save/sync. Go to settings.gradle. Okay, that's what I did. Oh, okay, settings.gradle. Okay. Update the plugins block. Says update the plugins block. Look at the plugins block at the top of the file. Okay, so let's just switch over here and let's take a look at it. So plugins block.
Lunch break.
All right, we will go to break, and once we come back from break, we will do this. Upgrading this stuff, getting it in the right spot, and then we shall See if we can get the app to start, and then we can continue trying to write more tests for it. All right, because I am not adding new features. I'm not deploying new features for the time cost calculator app until we have all of our tests in a good spot. All right. Break time, lunch break time. All right. So let me check the chat, and then we shall get to our first topic. Let me see, where are we? All right, cool. So what do we got? Junior says the superintendent. That's who it was. Monica says, I'm about to go check out that anti-gravity with Google 3 for a Flutter app, see what happens. Like Google Stitch for designing mobile screens should be interesting. I remember I used Google Stitch around like the first time they announced it. It was pretty cool. You know what a good idea would be? To use Google Stitch to build the UX UI, and then have like, if Google Stitch could be integrated with Google CLI to like, so like it can build your mockups, and then now with Spec Kit, it uses those mockups that was created to build the UI of your application. That'd be pretty cool. Let me see. Let's see. Monica says, React Native and Expo so much easier to work with and see right on your phone. Errors like that make me avoid Flutter. Here's my proclamation, my declaration. 2026. I want to learn and build with React Native. I have not used React Native yet. For some reason, I don't know why, but when I the beginning of 2024, when I said I want to learn mobile development, it was a fork in the road. It was either go with Flutter or go with React Native. And I said, you know what? We're going to do Flutter. But guess what? We can always come back and try React Native. And that's what I want to do. 2026, we're going to, I could have done the speech app with React Native, but we're already too far gone. So we'll come back. We'll come back, and we'll find something to do with React Native come 2026. All right. Let me see. Junior says, I was going to start using sound effects, but I guess that is a bad idea according to the comment.
Do not come.
Don't do it, Junior. Don't do it, Junior. I'm just warning you. Junior says, y'all enjoy the No, we're not saying y'all. We're not saying y'all, because you're gonna make me have bad grammar. Junior says, you all enjoy the rest of the stream. Bible study time. Shout out to my guy Junior. Truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Enjoy your Bible study. Let me see. All right, cool. So let me tell you what happened to me first, right? Let me tell you what happened to me before I get to our first break time. And this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, all right? But I had a video last week. What's it? Yeah, last week. How I created a little plugin for OBS to share YouTube videos, to to make it look nice. And first, I don't know why, but I thought that I just had to paste the YouTube video ID, but I forgot that I had set it up to where you just paste the whole URL of the YouTube video, and then it should parse it and everything like that. So I'm out here. Maybe I should make it optional, like whether it can take the ID or can take the whole URL. But I pasted the URL and it's not loading. It is not loading. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I started looking through the code. I'm like, oh, I need to paste the whole YouTube URL. So I pasted the whole thing, and then it started working. It started working. I was like, what a loser who uses too many sound effects and has bad grammar and speaks rubbish about how you should invest in yourself.
Bruh.
3 strikes, and you are out. It is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
But first topic of tonight, we are going to be, let me see, where there's no employees. There are no employees. So let me put this up over here. 120,000 a year jobs, but no workers to be found. That's what they're saying. Let's give it a watch. Let's give it a watch.
Well, Ford CEO Jim Farley is sounding the alarm over the lack of qualified job candidates with mechanic skills. Farley is saying he can't fill 5,000 current jobs that pay $120,000 per year, saying, quote, we're in trouble in our country. Comments highlighting the overall lack of skilled tradespeople within the U.S. workforce. Taking a look at the stock of Ford this morning in the pre-market, it is slightly higher. Then there is this. The FAA is ending its emergency order mandating.
So, do you see the dilemma that we have now? Ford CEO is saying they can't find mechanics. They can't find mechanics. So we want to bring, or at least some people want to bring manufacturing back. They want to bring the auto industry back. But where are the skills? $120,000 a year job. You know what the average salary is? See, let's do this, right? We're gonna do it like this. Average household income. The average household income, that means for like a whole family, the whole entire household, it's not per person, $83,000 and it's $83,730 in 2024, according to the U.S. Census Bureau and the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Right? However, this average can vary significantly based on factors like location, education, and demographics. For example, Washington, D.C. had the highest median household income at $110,000, while Mississippi had the lowest at about $59,000. Well, to be fair, it's D.C. They're taking all of our money. All the money from the country goes into D.C. and they distribute it first to all the employees in D.C. and then they disperse it to the rest of the country, right? But they got to have it first, right? But let's see, average income for women in U.S. The average income for women. Wait, what? Okay, earnings for women age 20 to 59 by age group and race ethnicity, right? So, white non-Hispanic 28,000, black non-Hispanic 21,000 for 20 to 29 years old. 30 to 39 is 46K for white, 34K for black, 40 to 49, 51 for white, 41 for black. Let's go with 42. All right. Now let's say men. White 33,600, black 25,000, for 30 to 39 60,000, 41,000 for black, 40 to 49 71,000 for white, 51,000 for black, and then 50 to 59 70,000 for white and 47,000 for black. Do you see this? For black men, they make their highest earning is between 40 and 49. They go down 50 to 59. Interesting. But why do I bring this up? Why do I bring this up? The only reason that I bring this up is because Ford CEO say they have $120,000 a year jobs for mechanics that they can't find people to fill them. They can't find people to fill those jobs. What is going on? What is going on here?
Flight reductions at 40 airports across the country. It is set to expire this morning. The cuts began earlier this month during the government shutdown due to safety concerns over staffing shortages. The initial reduction was 4%, but later it was increased to 6%. Right now, as of this morning, we've just got over 400 delays. Right now, we've got about 30 flights canceled, almost 30 flights, as you can see on your screen there. Remember, delays and cancellations increased due to higher sick calls from air traffic controllers. Well, I asked Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy how he plans to address this issue when I sat down with him last night at Newark International Airport. Watch. Are there going to be consequences for those that
really important jobs that put pressure? We're going to give carrots
forward? That's going to be years to get these controllers trained and certified to actually go to work. So it is a very large.
I'm looking for where they're talking about these jobs. These $120,000 jobs.
This is just a hardship, Liz. I mean, some of those people.
That was misleading. That was misleading. Why you call the video $120,000 jobs, but then you don't talk about it at all? That is a unreal. Let me see. Let's see what we can do here. Well, no video for it, but I don't understand why. Like, did mechanic jobs go out of style at some point? I think part of the issue is that people always say, oh, because no one wants to do these jobs. Well, you know what happens when there are jobs that no one wants to do? They pay more money for those jobs because no one wants to do it. So do you like, how much do you think people get paid who are, you know, let's find out. Let's find out. What do they call those? So when you're working like offshore oil rig jobs. Let me see. Pay. That's the entry level. So entry-level offshore oil rig salaries typically range from 40K to 60K, with some roles offering higher salaries and significant overtime potential. Don't forget the overtime. Entry-level positions such as roostabouts often require no prior experience but demand physical fitness and willingness to work long hours. Higher paying entry-level jobs can be available in specific areas such as driller's assistant position, which advertise a first-year salary at $90,000. Why did that pay higher? Because people don't want to do that job, right? So let's say, let's say pay range. Offshore oil rig jobs pay vary significantly by experience and position. Entry-level roles ranging from 40K to 60K annually. Mid-level position between 70K and 100K. Senior and specialized roles can earn 120K annually, and some senior positions like project managers potentially exceed $250,000 per year. Because who wants to do that job? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. All right, let's do this as the mechanic at Ford salary. Mechanic at Ford salary. A Ford mechanic salary varies significantly by location and role, with an estimated average base of $62,000 per year, but can range from $25K to $78K annually. Let's see. So what if we do Ford CEO 120K jobs, no workers? Because the lack of employees is what the lack of employees is what drives the pay up. So here we go. Let's go to this one, Yahoo. So Ford CEO says Car Giant is struggling to fill 5,000 mechanic posts despite offering $120,000 per year. The jobs are out there, right? Brought to us by the Independent. It says, Ford CEO Jim Farley is sounding the alarm on a very serious nationwide shortage of skilled trades workers, saying the company is struggling to fill 5,000 mechanic roles that pay $120,000 per year. There's 5,000 mechanic roles that are willing to pay $120,000 per year, but they can't. Why can they not find anybody? Where are they? Appearing on this week's episode of Office Hours Business Edition podcast, Farley said we are in trouble in our country. We're not talking about this enough. We have over 1 million openings in critical jobs, emergency services, trucking, factory workers, plumbers, electricians, and tradesmen. He said it's a very serious thing. So there's over 1 million openings, but there's no one to fill the roles. But we say there's no jobs. I thought AI was taking over all the jobs. The $120,000 salary is nearly double the average U.S. income, the Social Security Administration says. However, it takes roughly 5 years to gain the skills needed for advanced mechanic work at Ford, Farley said, and the country isn't training enough people to meet that demand. We do not have trade schools. See? Ford launched a $4 million scholarship program earlier this year to help train new auto technicians, but Farley warned the nation still isn't investing enough in developing future skilled workers. The jobs are out there. The question is, see, and that is why I don't care. All the excuses that people make. There's so many different opportunities here in this beautiful, beautiful country, the United States of America. So beautiful that they have to import workers because we don't want these 100. Anyways, whatever. He pointed to his grandfather, an early Ford employee who built a middle-class life through trade work, as an example of what's at stake. Ford's mechanic shortage reflects a wider crisis in manufacturing and skilled trades. The U.S. has more than 400,000 open manufacturing jobs as of August, despite low unemployment rates. Industry surveys conducted last year by the Manufacturing Institute and Deloitte found that hiring and retention are top challenges. We want jobs. We just don't want the skills to do those jobs. We're a joke. We're a joke. The automotive sector faces an annual shortfall of about 37,000 trained technicians, according to the National Automobile Dealers Association. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects nearly 68,000 automotive mechanic openings each year through to 2033. Additionally, trade schools and community colleges that do offer training are failing to keep up with rapidly advancing technology, Rich Garrity, a board member of the National Association of Manufacturers, told New York Post. The community colleges that the career tech programs do a solid job in providing foundational training, but we often see that they're out of date when it comes to keeping up with how fast things are moving from a technology standpoint. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Oh my God. We love scams. We love scams. We love scammers because you'll see, oh, I want to do this. I want to do the 6-month boot camp. I want to do the 3-week boot camp. I want a boot camp. And you learn nothing. You spend $10,000, $20,000 learning nothing, not getting any foundational skills for a field that they don't really need you. But you want to give that money because they promise you, oh, you're gonna make $90,000 if you take our 3-week boot camp. Instead of investing, you guys already said it's rubbish to invest 10 to 20 hours in yourself a week, right? When you go to school, see, here's the thing, right? You guys want forced training. You don't want to do the work yourself because you know what? I'm just going to go back to school and I'm just going to do what they tell me to do. I'm going to go get me a useless degree, take a useless boot camp, instead of putting in the work yourself. See, they're saying, we need you. We need you. But you're like, nah. But then when the government shuts down, now you're going to start protesting. I don't got my SNAP benefits. You do it to yourself. And that's why I don't be having no pity. I don't be having any pity, right? If we talk about additive manufacturing, robotics, automation, EV batteries, we see very few focused curriculums that can keep up with that. Boom. See, they're telling you right there what to go in. And that's why I review this stuff, right? We should be looking to go into additive manufacturing, robotics, automation, EV batteries. That's what you should be gearing yourself towards. Still, there are signs of hope. Trade school enrollment jumped 16% last year, the highest on record since 2018, while four-year college enrollments have dipped 0.6% since 2020. Trade school programs have grown 4.9% over the same period, according to a validated insights data. Ford has tried to attract workers by eliminating its lowest wage tier and offering 25% raises over 4 years, but higher salaries alone can't fix a shortage without enough trained workers. There's a different level of skill that's needed, and frankly, we don't have the pipeline of workers that are coming ready with those skills.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
They need the employee. It is what it is. It is what it is. People are gonna do what they want to do. People are going to do what they want to do. All right. Let me check the chat, and then we will get back to our next working segment. Let me see. I saw that I was muted because I was frustrated. I was frustrated with the video that that Fox Business presented, because they said it was about Ford, and all they talked about was the FAA and Sean Duffy. I'm like, that's not what we're here for. Let me see. He says, Monica says, I heard that from my mechanic. He was telling me it's so hard for any experienced people. He has to go back to working in his shop. All good ones are aging out. Young folks have bad work ethics. He can't trust his customers and his rep on them. You are 100,000% right on that. It goes beyond mechanics, right? Because if you have to associate your name with it's like finding good people that you can trust. It's hard. So, and if he has to put his reputation on the line, you have to like make sure that people, I don't know, people, I don't know. And then they're going to complain about it. Then they're going to complain about it. Says, oh, my boss, he's doing this, he's doing that. But you have bad work ethic. It's tough. It is tough. All right. We're going to get back. We're going to get back to work. We're going to get back to work. All right. Let's throw up another 20-minute block on the clock, right?
Let's go! Let's go!
Okay, so let me see. So Gemini had told us that we need to update the plugins block. Look for the plugins block at the top of the file. You'll likely have a line defining the Kotlin. I don't have a line defining the Kotlin. I wonder, just copy this. And I'm just gonna copy my whole file, and we're gonna use our double screen view. Let's go over here, and I'm gonna say this is what I have in my settings.gradle file. Actually, I don't think it copied the whole thing. Nope, it didn't. Let me copy the whole thing. Let's paste that. Let's see. All right, the missing piece. Settings.gradle file is missing the line that tells the project which version of Kotlin you're using. Without it, it defaults to an older version. Okay, so you need to add the Kotlin plugin line to the bottom of the plugins block. Do not modify plugins management block at the top. Only modify the plugins block near the bottom. Okay, so we need to add this line over here. So if we go here, could I do the 2.2 though? Let me see if I can do 2.2. 2.2. 0.21. Let's try that. All right, and now we are gonna go over to wrong Gemini. Let's go here. Flutter clean and pub. All right, let's go. So let's go back to this screen. And we shall do Flutter clean. Flutter pub get. Okay, and then Flutter run. Let's see what we get this time. Let's see if this works now. Let's see here. So the thing is, right, because it was saying like if you're using an older, like if you created it with an older version of Flutter, then update it here. But okay, so that fixed it. That fixed it. So the part with the older version of Flutter then took me for a loop, but we're up and running. We're good to go. Nice, sweet. All right, so our test ads are showing. All that is good. All right, so now let's leave that, and we are. All right, so let's close this stuff down. Let me see. What branch are we on? Git branch. We are on the main branch. Okay, that's fine. Let's do git status. And let's git. Let's just add everything. Git add, git status, git commit, added test and upgraded versions of dependencies. All right, so we got everything in there. Now we are going to get back to our test. Finally, we're back to our test. So let me go and open. We were doing, I think our unit tests are working. Let me go run these tests again. Make sure. So I'm running our unit test for the storage service. We had fixed that up last week. We have, make sure those still work. All right, that works. Time cost formula. Oh, not that one. Run these tests. Make sure these still work. All right, that's working. Let's go to widget tests. Start off with this one, I guess. Let's see. So income set. So all right. So our income setup screen widget test. We have 2 tests that are failing, and the rest are passing. So let's just go. Let's just go down the list. Get all these different tests working, and then we'll go into our integration test and all that. Right. So I'm going to say so. And I'm not gonna use our AI assistant like Kilo or anything else. We're gonna just do it straight through Gemini because I don't want Kilo to make changes to the application, because when it's trying to fix unit tests, it starts making changes to the working code and things go haywire, right? So we're gonna do a double screen, and let me see something real quick. Let's go to vertical sources, and we're gonna go to, no, not that. We're gonna go, that's okay. All right, let's go and do, I am running widget tests in my app, and this one is failing. Here is the widget test code. Here is the error that is causing it to fail. And I'm going to copy the error into here. Run that. Then we'll see what the suggestions are, do the fix, run it again. You know how we do. You know how we do. So let me go over here for now, see what Gemini is going to tell us. All right. So like when I am in build mode, then that's when I don't mind using like Kilo or using like using Kilo to build. But then when I'm like in test mode, I want to have more control over the test. And like to see, and I just like working this way where I can actually read what's going on. If this test is failing because of how Flutter's text form field handles inputs. When you have input formatters like filtering text input format digits only, the root cause if your income setup screen widget has input formatters, the tester enters text invalid command effectively enters an empty string. The formatter immediately strips out the invalid letters because the field ends up empty. The validation logic likely triggers empty errors. Please enter your annual income instead of invalid error. Please enter, all right. How to verify. You can confirm this hypothesis by looking for other error messages in that specific test. Modify your test slightly to see if the empty error is appearing instead. The solution, depending on how your app is built, you have two options. Remove the test. There. Ah, okay. Test a value that bypasses the formatters. Okay, so basically what they're saying is on that main screen. So if we were to go to updates, so if I try to type in so I'm not able to type in any other characters in here. So that's basically what they're saying is, so basically we don't need that test. So I'm going to should show error for invalid income input. So that's the thing. There is no invalid income. There's no invalid input because it doesn't allow you to. So that way we can get rid of that test. And then this one says should navigate back when income is saved. Let me copy that one. All right, so I'm going to say I removed that test. I have another failing test. So let's see what they say for this one. So the first one that was failing, got it out of there. We didn't need it because it's impossible to enter invalid text because the validators are saying nope. The error pump and settle timed out means your widget tree never became still. Even after 10 seconds, something was still animating or processing. In a save and navigate scenario, it's almost always caused by one of two things. An infinite animation, like a circular progress indicator, loading spinner, while saving. If the save logic hangs or it doesn't complete in a test environment, the spinner spins forever and pump and settle waits forever. A blinking cursor, sometimes if the text field still has focus, the blinking cursor is treated as an animation that's preventing settling. Replace pump and settle with a deterministic pump loop or a timed pump. Since you are testing navigation, you usually just need to wait for the animation duration of the page transition. Modify the end of your test like this. Ensure focus is dropped, fixes the blinking cursor. All right, so let's copy this line so I can find that in the test. All right, so we shall go over to here. So we have this, and then we want to put in a focus manager. And then after the save button, we want to put in this one. And get rid of this. So it says we pump for a specific duration to allow the navigation animation to finish without waiting for indefinite animations like a background loader to die. Duration 500 milliseconds, pump, flush the final frame, and then we should have this. All right, so let's go ahead and let's run this one in particular. See if that passes. And that one still failed. All right, so this says warning, a call to tap with Finder found one widget with the get started text. All right, let's copy that. We're gonna put it back in here. After making these updates, I got this error. Let's see here. All right, this error is happening because Flutter test simulates a real user, and right now the get started button is physically off the screen. The error log tells a story: screen height 600, button position 601. Why is that? Since it couldn't touch the button, the on press event never fired. The next navigation scroll. Why is the, oh, wait a second. Let me see something. So if we go to update, oh, I can't see the first screen. I guess depending on the size of the button. Let's see. But which one did it? All right, it said get started, but it's physically off the screen. It's funny that it's exactly 1 pixel under the screen height, which sounds weird. Scroll to the button. Update your test code. For the get started button. Okay, so add this line. All right, so let's add this line real quick. That goes right under. So right here, and then we're gonna do a await tester dot pump and settle. Pump and settle. And then we're gonna tap the button. All right, let's run that. Oh, still failing. All right, so the following exact is found 0, which is the open income. Maybe it's not waiting long enough. Await duration. So we pump. Let's see, we do 1,000. Let's do a whole second. Let's try to run it again. The timing is always tricky. So found 0 widgets with open income setup. Why would you have open income setup? How can I clear the? How can I clear the? Oh, I know what to do. Let's go with wipe the storage. If I know where that is. If I can wipe the storage on the device, I think it's actually over device manager. We go to wipe data. Yes. So let's wipe the data and let's try to start the app over again so we can actually see. So we can see that first screen. And once we can see that first screen, we can actually see what all right, so the phone is starting up again. Let's choose it. Let's run it. Basically, I need to see that main screen and I have to wipe whatever data. Hold on. Let's go here, run it. So we should be able to get to that main screen now. Ooh, what's that? Let's go again. Let's run it back. Why are you failing? All right, hold on. Let's close that. Okay, so wait, get started is right there. Like, what are you talking about? Get started is right there.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
So, all right, so now let's run the test one more time. Now that we can see this page, we're not going to leave this page until we can actually see what's happening. Should navigate back to income when income. All right, so it is saying that the following test failure was thrown. Exactly one matching candidate. Text widget finder found 0 widgets with the text open income setup, which means none were found but was expected. What is it expecting? Should navigate back to previous screen. There is no previous screen. What are you trying to click on? So if I do the, so basically if I do the get started, that sucks. If I do the get started, it shouldn't take me to a open income setup. That's wrong. All right, so let's we'll do it and come back. We'll do it and come back. But what I'm gonna do when we come back is I am going to copy the main Dart file and I'm going to question this widget test to say, should this actually be looking for open income setup or if it should be looking for whatever the title is on the main screen. We'll see. All right, but let's go to break. And I am going to check the chat real quick. And then we're going to get to our next break time topic, which I think that Monica and Rod Brown will appreciate. I want your thoughts on this topic, but let's see. So Monica says, Gemini 3.0 is getting slammed. First time I ever seen it tell it's over quota. That's not from me. Barely used it all week. Yeah, I mean, they just announced that it's out, so I'm sure that a bunch of people are using it. Says use Gemini 3.0 low. That seems to be working quite fast too. Nice. Yeah, I'm just using it in the browser. I haven't used it through my API key yet. All right, so here's this topic, right? Here's the topic. Let's go to this. Is this right? Is this right? this startup CEO's interview process is to build an app. I saw this on X. And I want to share this with you. I want to go through like some of the comments on it and see what my tech people think about this. All right. So let's go here. So let's go over to here. From a CTO at a startup. It says, we interview devs by giving them a task to build an app on the spot. So on the spot, they say, hey, I need you to build this app from scratch. It needs to have 2 backend endpoints and some type of front end. You can use AI, OFC. What is OFC? What is OFC? What is OFC in software development? What is it? If you guys know what OFC is, let me know. Let me know. It is Offshore Development Center? Open Foundation Classes? Offshore development? A business model where a company sets with dedicated IT development and operation unit. I don't think it's that. If you guys know what OFC is, let me know. Let me know what they're referring to by OFC. But says, and we dig into why they did this or that. What is surprising, 14 out of 15 developers from Meta failed this screening. So before we get into the thread, do you think that this is a fair interview tactic? I mean, some companies will ask you to build an algorithm. Some companies, or to do like a live coding session. They're saying on the spot, they bring you for an interview and they say, I want to see you build an app from scratch. You can use whatever you want to do it. You can use AI, you can use OFC, whatever that is. And then we're going to ask you questions about why you did what you did. So basically, they're going to be analyzing your prompting skills if you're using AI, how you think, how fast you can build. I wonder to what level they'll let you use AI though, right? But they said 14 out of 15 developers from Meta failed the screen. Now I'm wondering, for this startup, right? For this startup, how many Meta devs are actually applying for it? Because I mean, this at the end of the day, this is X. They might just be gaslighting, all right? So it says context. This is a startup. It says context that this startup is hiring in Amsterdam, where Meta just closed offices, so Meta engineers are actively. Okay, that makes sense. So Meta closed offices in Amsterdam, and now they're trying to get into the startup. Devs from EG startups usually do just fine here. What is EG? A real head scratcher. Why these devs struggle? Too much custom stack dependency. SGLs. What are these? Okay, what are these acronyms? Just odd. By the way, this CTO said this interview type works very well. He told me we get the same signal as pre-AI. That is good engineers who know how to build paths. Those vibe coding get stuck. The dev who solved this fastest and best actually didn't use AI, was just a machine. Let's see, he says, yes, this is probably part of it. Clearly the work is not greenfield, full stack development. Also, these devs might have prepped for algorithm interviews that they would ace and get caught off guard by practical interviews they didn't prep for. Theorizing, not hating, but it could be that the scope is too narrow in big tech and building an app on the spot is more full stack than some are used to. I'm curious, what do you guys think of, what do you guys think about this practice? For one, is it fair to interview people this way? I mean, at the end of the day, a company can interview people however the hell they want because it is their company. They can do whatever they want, right? But is it a fair practice to have them build an app on the spot? I'll say this. I know people who get offended by the idea of interviewing in the first place. They say, you know what? I should not have to be interviewed. Just look at my resume and give me the job. But is this going too far though? Where they have you build 2 backend endpoints and one and a piece of a front end? When I do QA interviews, like whether I'm the one who's being interviewed or I'm doing the interviewing, part of the process is like you need to show us your QA. Like we give you a little project to do, and then we analyze that, we review that. So, I mean, it's not on the spot. We give them like a weekend to do the project. And I normally get like a few days to do the project. So never on the spot. So let's keep reading it a little bit. It says, okay, Meta might have had more enterprise engineering devs in AMS than elsewhere, which is another clue on why they might struggle versus e.g. Meta software engineering folks. Let's see. It says, if you're an enterprise engineer, what Meta has in AMS, I guess AMS is Amsterdam, your stack of essentially custom Hacklang, www, Tupperware, and the framework for Python services, I can't remember. Let's talk with several current devs at Meta who are not at all surprised by this assessment for the startup. Meta stack is so unique that devs working in this environment are simply pretty out of touch with common industry tooling, so they're rusty if they don't prep for this. Oh, that's interesting. So is it possible that you work so, like, your work is so customized to your tech stack, to your framework, that you are not going to be doing good in the public domain? It says, this kind of interview, giving a more ambitious task, in this case, build a web app with 2 backend endpoints and a front end as you want, using AI if you want, is more common, by the way. Shopify has been doing this for over 6 months. Their head of engineering is on how it's working. I don't want to watch it. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is this a fair interviewing practice for this startup in Amsterdam? Are you worried? Like, when you hear that a Meta engineer is failing, 14 out of 15 Meta engineers are failing this test, this interview, does that worry you? Or does that give you hope that by you not being so engulfed in a particular company's stack, their tech stack, that you have more opportunity because you are more open, more willing to learn? I don't know. What do you guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the fact that Meta engineers cannot pass this interview. Are you willing to do an interview where you have to build an app on the spot, but you can use AI? And you see how we've used AI with everything that we do on this channel, but we're still using our own thinking and ingenuity to make it true to us. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right. We're gonna jump into one more working segment before we get out of here for today. Let's go ahead and put up our last 20 minutes.
It's time to
Okay, so what I said I was going to do, I was going to prompt Gemini with this. I'm going to copy my main.dart and I'm going to say the test is now failing for this reason, but I think it's because what the test is looking for does not exist on the app. Here is the content of the main.dart file. Here is the test that is failing. Now I'm going to copy that. How can I get this test to pass? So basically what I'm expecting is it should give us a different validation point, because I think what it's looking for doesn't exist. I think we need something like I think we need something like whatever the title is on the quote unquote the homepage after we fill out the setup annual income. After we get past that screen, there should be like something in general that we can validate that the page is showing up. So you're absolutely correct that the text open income setup does not exist in your main.dart. However, the test is not looking for it on the main.dart. The test creates a temporary fake mini app just for this specific test case. The missing button. Okay, so they're telling me that I might be wrong here. The missing button explanation in your test file, income setup screen test looks at the block of code inside the failing test. This test, oh, okay. So it's not looking at the main. So it would be the integration test that look at the main.dart file, not that. Here's what's happening. The test creates a screen with a button called Open Income Setup. The test clicks that button, your app's income setup screen, fails to get started. The failure, the test expects income setup screen to close, pop, and reveal the Open Income Setup button again. All right. So why didn't it close? Based on the previous error, tap called on widget that would not hit the test, the get started button, was physically off the screen too low when the test tried to click it, that it missed, so the save never happened, and the screen never closed. The fix: you need to tell the test to use a taller screen size, simulating a modern phone so the button is reachable. Update your test case to include tester view physical size. Okay, let's go to here. Let's add that. And then add teardown. All right, so let's go over here then. All right, so my theory was wrong. But it's good to have an opinion. It's good to try. It's good to try. And we had AI let me know that I was wrong. All right, we're gonna go here, and we are going to go to here. We're gonna put that here. Okay, and then that should be it. All right, let's try to run that again. It's still failing. It is not finding it whatsoever. Copy it back in. And the thing is, with the widget test, you can't really see. I wonder if we can take a screenshot. I'm gonna ask that next. Like, are we able to take a screenshot of what's going on? Let's see. The error confirms that the income setup screen did not close. The test click get started app failed to navigate back. This usually because the code crashed silently. Since you're using storage service, which likely uses shared preference, you must mock the underlying database storage in the widget test, or it will fail to save. Update your. So let's add this. And then we need to do setup. Okay. So let's go back over here. And we need to. We don't have this already. Okay, mock the shared preferences. And then inside of setup, we need to at this. Mock the local storage so it doesn't crash. Let's mock the local storage. And anything else we need to do? All right, so let's read why this should fix it. So we basically have to do a mock. It says, okay, why this fixes it. Your income setup screen it likely looks for something like this inside. By adding shared preferences, you give the test a temporary fake database allowing. So okay, so basically it needs to save the income to the local storage database, but they're saying because we don't have that line, it's not able to do it. If it still failed, if that doesn't work, the button might still be incorrectly positioned. All right, so let's try it. Let's try it. Let's go back over here. Let's run. Oh, we did it. We did it. Let's go. All right, so now let's run all the widget tests. I guess we don't need this one at the end of the day. Let's run all the widget tests. Let's go and run all of these. And we have ultimate victory.
They ain't believing us.
All right, so now let's move on to our next one. Like I told you this. I told you that today was going to be a much better Tuesday night than it was last week. I'm telling you, much better Tuesday night than it was last Tuesday. We have our test passing. Let's go. All right, now let's try to run these widget tests. Let's see how these do. Very, very poorly. So all right, so I think I know what's going on with these, right? Because these are failing because of the ads, right? So I think we need to go to this one. And let's get this again. Let me take that all the way here, and I'm gonna paste it into this setup if they have one. I'm gonna copy the whole setup right here, and I'm gonna paste it in here. And I'm going to import that. All right, let's run these again. Because it was failing due to the... Oh, it's being even worse this time. All right, so let's see. Okay, so... Message corrupted. All right, so let's copy this. And we're going to take it into Gemini. All right, so let's say that worked. I am running another set of widget tests that are failing. Here are these tests. Get rid of all these to-dos. You know what? Because I think these are older tests that I had first started writing, and I don't know if they're actually going to be accurate. So I am gonna use Kilo in this instance, right? I am going to say right. And I'm gonna copy this. Let's go copy. And I'm gonna say, let me do ask instead. Or that's right. I say in this file, I think these are tests that I had originally wrote when I first started building the app. Can you analyze them and update them to be relevant to the current state of the application? You don't need to get them to pass. I just need them to be relevant. Let's do that, right? I'm gonna do that, and then based on doing that, then I can fix them on my own. I will fix whatever isn't passing on my own. All right, so let's go ahead and let's send that off. That way we can get updated tests and I can make whatever I want to work. Let me minimize this. Cool. So now it's updating the test. Let me pull this out. So this is saying, I reviewed the files. It's clear that is indeed outdated. The application has evolved significantly with the introduction of a main navigation screen, income, flow, data persistence using storage. The old tests directly initiate the time cost calculator widget, which is no longer the main entry point of the app. They also rely on hard-coded income values and don't account for new navigation and data handling logic. I'll now rewrite the test to reflect the current application architecture. The updated test will properly mock storage service to simulate the different scenarios with or without saved income. Properly mock storage, test the time cost calculator widget within the context of the main navigation screen. Focus the core functionality like displaying calculated values and validating user interaction with the form fields. Remove redundant or irrelevant tests. I will now apply these changes. Kilo wants to edit. Flutter pub run. Okay, let's do that. And I think this should run now because I have Flutter officially installed via Brew. Okay, that's working. Okay, so running. It appears the build runner command failed because the generate mocks annotation was placed on the main function, which is incorrect. This annotation should be placed on an import statement. Okay, I have corrected the placement. Let's run it again. So I put it there. I've never seen that before. But it completed, so that's good. Or most of them completed. Okay, let's see. Failed to update packages. Seems I made another mistake. You make a lot of mistakes, right? I wonder if it has Gemini 3.0 yet. They have the preview of 3.0, not the official 3.0 yet. Let's see. I have the latest version of the file. Okay, proceed anyways. Let's see. Let's run that. I just wanted to get it to into a failable state. That's all. Because once it starts to fail, then I can start fixing it on my own. I'll try one more time to place annotation correctly. So and if that doesn't work, then I'll just bring it in myself. All right, so we're gonna do it ourselves. I'll use what it did, and then I'll try to fix it myself. I'm gonna cancel it in a second. Let me see. Last attempt. I mean, some stuff are going through. It's creating a new file now. Now that I've created a separate mock file, I will update the test to remove the generate mock annotation and part directive instead of, okay, so maybe another strategy it's doing. Let's see if that's going to work. I have now separated the mock generation into its own file and updated the test to import the generated mocks. This should finally resolve. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Warning. Okay. What is that? You are struggling. Did you quit? Did you quit? I have made several attempts to resolve, but the issue remains.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right. So I'm going to try to rewrite the test now. Let's see here. I've updated the test to be relevant to the current state of the application after encountering persistent issues due to mock generation. I have refactored the test to work without mocks, ensuring that they are runnable and still provide valuable coverage. The tests now directly interact with storage service and validate. Okay, so cool. See the changes. Oh, cool. I didn't. All right, so let's go and let's run it, and then we'll go from there. If we run the tests, are there less tests than before? There's only 4 tests now? Fair enough. Calculator screen shows correct initial state with saved income. Activity cost calculation updates correctly. Profit loss calculation updates correctly. Reset calculator button clears all fields. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. Well, I think we're gonna leave it there, and then next we can start fixing these errors. The app is in a good spot right now. Let's go ahead and commit our code. Git status, git commit tests m. updated, or let's say we fixed the income setup screen widget tests, and enter get status, get push that up to GitHub. We're good. We are good. So after we get through this test, I wonder what this one is. These probably old too. All right, there's only one thing in here. I wonder if this one works. Let me see. Probably not. Cool. All right. That's that. That is that. So progress. We got one of our widget test suites working. We're going to get the other one. Well, there's only 4 tests, so we're gonna get those working, and then once. So hopefully after next week. After we. By the way, next week is Thanksgiving. Next week Thursday is Thanksgiving. And guess what we're gonna do on Thanksgiving? Guess what? We're going to get our 10 to 20 hours in because we're going to continue working next week. We don't miss. But let me see. Let's get one. Let me see. Let's get one more topic in tonight. So we're making progress. We are winning. We do not miss. Anthropic CEO warns about having guardrails. Did I spell guard right? Let me make sure I spelled guard right. Guard. Yep, I did. All right, cool. Just making sure because I don't want to embarrass myself, right? But the Anthropic CEO warns about having guardrails around AI. So let's see. Where's my boom? It's not the one I wanted. Hold on. There we go. So let's watch this video and we'll give some commentary as we're watching about what the Anthropic CEO is saying about AI. Because guess what? If he's a CEO, and I do think that there's a lot of hyperbolic language from these tech companies about AI and how it's going to wipe everything out. I don't know. They have more insight than I do, though. They do have more insight than I do. So let's watch. We are going to review that too, because there was a report that Anthropic was used by Chinese state actors to hack. I forgot who they hacked, but we are going to review that on an episode of the Bug Bite at some point. Maybe for next week, because I already have something for this week. But maybe next week we'll review that Anthropic cyber attack that China used. But just throwing that in there. Here's the thing, right? With AI, with the idea of AI being smarter than all humans, you got to understand the how that plays out, right? Because all intelligence that exists is based off the all human intelligence, right? But the thing is with computers and with AI, it's able to gather all of human capital and knowledge and intelligence. So that's why it's able to go so fast. But it's not that it's smarter, is that it has all of the information put into one spot. It's like a very, very powerful, fast encyclopedia, right? But I don't know. So Robert has an interesting comment, right? He says there definitely needs to be safeguards. My question, though, to the safeguards is who should be responsible for those safeguards or regulations? And here's the thing, right? I don't know if it's that the CEO of Anthropic is maybe naive, but here's the issue that I have with his call for quote unquote regulations is, with all due respect, the people who he's asking to put in these regulations and these safeguards don't know anything about technology. The government, whenever the government shows up and says, "Hi, I'm from the government. I'm here to help," all things are going straight to hell at that point. So, while I somewhat agree that there needs to be quote unquote safeguards, my question is, who sets those safeguards? I mean, we saw back in 2020 how well these organizational bodies did with our health. A lab in China, a market or something like that. So I always get very, very nervous. And here's a question: what are those regulations that need to be put in place? I get nervous whenever anyone calls for regulations, because here I'm gonna. I don't trust CEOs asking for regulations at all. I don't trust them. I'm sorry, I do not trust them, because guess what? When the CEO asks for regulations, for me, what I'm hearing is, I want you, Mr. Government, to protect my business from everyone else. Therefore, lock them. Only we know how to do it right. I don't trust all, and that way. Look at the insurance companies. Look at the insurance companies. They got so much money, and healthcare sucks. Look, auto insurance, health insurance. It's all because they before the government got involved in healthcare. How much does healthcare actually cost? Now, ever since they got involved, skyrocketed. So whenever these companies, whenever anyone is asking for regulations, they're asking for the government to help, I get terrified. Whenever I hear, "Can you send the government?"
Do not come.
That's me. That's how I see it. We have had enough. I mean, he's right that there can be many. All right, so when the Industrial Revolution happened, there was many job displacement, but I think at the same time, people need to always continue to upskill. They need to do the rubbish that I mentioned about investing in themselves to level up and skill up. Life is a journey, and the second that you stop, then the world is going to keep spinning and you're going to be left behind. So guardrails, sure. What are those guardrails though? And who is going to be put in place? See, me, I always get worried about who is going to be in charge, because people are human. They have biases. They're scammers. Like, look at the government. Look how well that's going. And now, who do we want as a governing body over AI and stuff like that? I think that we need to look at ourselves in the mirror, skill up, and go from there. All right. Let me check the chat really quick. Let me add in Monica's comments as part of this. It says it's more artificial, 100% agree, than intelligence. It works by patterns, matching, and predictions. Exactly. Basically, not the AGI they keep saying. The key in this interview, they said they don't know how it works or why. Facts. All facts right there. And it says, think there are two camps. The scientific side that have been developing it for many years, and then the business side saw it and saw dollar signs, and we are, no guardrails. But that's how it always happens, right? The scientists, like, they're like, oh, and look into this, that, and then the business sees it, like, oh, I see dollar bills, y'all. Let's go, let's get it. Awesome. Well, that's it. Monica, you have blessed me with your presence tonight. Thank you so much. Always appreciate when you are able to contribute to the show. My guy, beloved, not Bishop Rod Brown. Thank you so much. We're going to see you live tomorrow. Unfortunately, not playing the song that Junior Magnetar and I spent over 1 hour in our vibe coding chill session getting set up for you, that you sadly denied us of. With non-bishops like Rod Brown, who needs enemies, right? It is what it is. You know, maybe he'll change his mind, but who knows? He spent so much time, so much effort, but it's all good. It is all good. Part of myself, I wasn't going to cry about it, so I'm not. Tomorrow, software explorations. I'm going to be showing you how I set up my OBS to do what I'm doing right now: record in vertical mode and in widescreen mode. So 16:9 and 9:16 aspect ratio, and to record and stream that way. Check it out. And C++, yes, C++. To try to convert the YouTube plugin that I built with Python into a native OBS plugin, right? But that's everything. I'll tell you the truth too, right? I look forward to Sundays now because I am having so much fun building the speech app. So if you didn't see Sunday's show, I'd highly recommend you go back and take a look at that. We were able to plug, like, to connect the app to get it almost to Amazon Transcribe. We're going to be moving it over to use AWS S3 storage to upload the files there, and then it's gonna be fun. We're doing so much good stuff on this channel. We have nowhere to go but up. All right. Final comments before we get out of here. Monica D says, always interesting. Try and roll through more often. Thank you so much. And non-bishop, beloved Rod Brown says, y'all trying to get me in trouble. What? We would never do such a thing, all right? Monica says, yikes, C++ going big. You know how they say, go big or go home. All right. But that is it for tonight. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Tuesday night and have an amazing Wednesday. See you guys at noon Eastern time for Software Explorations. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Spartans, what is your profession?
Y'all thought the game was over. Y'all thought the game was over. We don't kneel the ball, man. We run the score up. Max pressure, let's go. Let's go.
They was on the sideline, chatting on the timeline. Said I never break through, said I hit my decline. Said I didn't have a heart, said I didn't have a mind. Man, I'm about to lap them, leave them all behind. I saw them laughing, I saw them pointing. Now their faces twisted, looking disappointed. I don't feel no pity, I don't feel no care. I just feel the mission, I'm a grizzly bear. I'm a different monster, I'm a new machine. Keep all the doubt, keep the engine clean. Every time I see them, every time they look, it's an extra rep. It's another hook, it's another jab, it's another play. Till they understand, we don't come to play, we just come to win. We just come to dominate. You can see the future, we the ones that nominated for the whole thing. We want all the smoke, we want all the rings. This is not a joke, we apply the pressure till the pipes burst. We was in the back, now we coming first. We gon' run it up, we gon' make them hurt. Max pressure, next pressure. Run the score up, no mercy. Tear the floor up.
See a hater, we go harder. 1 second on the clock, we just started.
Max pressure, run the score up, no pity. Tear the floor up.
They don't like it, tell them so what? We applying pressure till they all fold up.
1 second on the clock and we up by 40. I'ma call the play, I'ma tell them go for it. This ain't for the sport, this ain't for the statement. Show 'em we the ones that's running the pavement. We don't want a piece, man, we want the whole pie. We want the touchdown when the game should die. We want the home run when we up by 10. We gon' swing the bat again and again. Crush the competition till there's nothing left. We don't care about who we have bereft. There's a hustle takeover, this a full court press. Put them on the stretcher, leave a bigger mess. They gon' wear the white flag, we gon' run right through it. They ask me why I do it, cause you said I couldn't do it. Now I'm on the gas, and I cut the brakes. I will not be stopped, whatever it takes. We want all the wins, we want all the glory. We the only ones that's gon' write the story. We want it all, we ain't about to share. Maximum pressure, we don't fight fair. We don't fight fair, we don't fight fair, we don't fight fair. Max pressure, max pressure. Run the score up, no mercy. Tear the floor up.
See a hater, we go harder. 1 second on the clock, we just started.
Max pressure, run the score up, no pity. Tear the floor up.
They don't like it, tell them so what? We applying pressure till they all fold up. They call me queen, but I'm really the whole team. Running this track, blowing off all the steam. You're looking tired, I ain't even break a sweat. This is max pressure, is it in your head? Yeah. Ha. I don't see no competition, I just see the prey. I'ma eat them all up, call it a buffet. You can see I'm shaking, you can see I'm scared. Cause they know my drive, they know I'm prepared. This ain't for the weak, this ain't for the soft. I'm the one who's blasting off like a rocket launch. Hitters on the ground, looking like ants. While I'm in the end zone, doing my dance. Watch me run the score up, it's the only way to play. Put them in the dirt, get them out the way. No pity, no remorse, no second thought. This is for the win that I went and bought. With the blood, with the sweat, with the time I spent. Now you looking stupid for the day you in and land. I'm the final boss on the last touchdown. I'm the home run swing when the game's downtown. 1 second left, I'ma take the shot. Cause I'd rather die than give up what I got.